Hold on a minute, Daz. Weren't we supposed to be doing Done Back to Oamaru for this next video? Well, yes, we were, but, yeah, let me explain. So, we're at NZPU, because I know loads of you must be wanting to once more see the magnificence that is the Pukekohe Wastewater Treatment Facility. And who can blame you? It is just magnificent. And, oh crap, nearly in the fence. Welcome to the next Just Flying episode, by the way. So yeah, the plan was to continue the short hop flights up the coast on South Island, and a little earlier today I actually did do the flight from Done Back to Oamaru. But as I was coming into land, I was thinking, yeah, Oamaru, it just looks quite old and dated now. I made a custom terminal building for it fairly recently, but nothing else has changed since I originally made that scenery, and that was quite a few years ago. So I'm going to try and bring it up to date a little bit. Nothing major, the airport won't change very much. Well, it's got a new fence, but apart from that, I thought I'd have a redo of the surrounding areas, the houses, and especially the trees and vegetation, and that should make it look a lot better when I'm done, which shouldn't take too long. And yeah, then we'll get back to the South Island trip again. But while I'm doing that to Oamaru, it gives us a little bonus opportunity to once again marvel at the glorious Pukekohe Wastewater Treatment Facility. 'Tis just fantastic, isn't it? Truly one of New Zealand's greatest sights. You can't do it justice in X-Plane as to how awe-inspiring it really is. Just absolutely wonderful. But we do unfortunately have to leave that and go somewhere else today, and I thought that could be Pikes Point Airfield, NZPK. Yeah, if you don't know about that one, yeah, looking at satellite pictures at the end of 2005, there was a grass runway and some hangars, and it was obviously a working small GA kind of airfield then. Now the next satellite picture is dated midway through 2007, and the hangars have gone and the runway is all overgrown. So I'm not sure when it closed exactly, but it was somewhere between those dates. In X-Plane 11 I did think about trying to put the old runway back again, but mesh water made it impossible. So what is actually there now in real life is a helicopter place at one end of what was the runway, and the rest of the old airfield is now a car park. But just behind all of that is a place with lots of shipping container storage. So for the scenery, I made the helicopter place, which I don't think is too bad for what it looks like in reality, but I don't fly helicopters. So I put a runway right through where all the containers are stored. Total fantasy, totally unrealistic, but it's quite good fun, and I think it looks nice actually. So that's where we're going. I've not been there in a while and thought it could be a nice destination for today's little trip. Yeah, taking the Marchetti out for a flight again. Not much of a detour to overfly Auckland International, so we'll do that and see what might be coming or going on the ground as we pass by. Although talking about scenery, I had quite a bizarre dream last night. Possibly the first flight simulator dream I've had, or remember at least. Well, sort of, because it was also real life as well. Yeah, no, I'll explain that in a minute, but this is a totally made-up location in my head. It's not anywhere real, but imagine the coastline, lots of little islands, warm, sunny Caribbean kind of feel to it. Yeah, very nice there. And up the coastline or wherever this is, it's literally 2 minutes flight until you get to the next airfield. So there's loads of them. Now, if you imagine a road bridge running from the mainland to a small island, where there were another 8 or 10 small GA kind of airfields on this island, all the runways pointing in different directions, and the island's that small that the runways are almost overlapping each other, but for some reason they are totally separate airfields. Now, at the island side of this road bridge was a security building, and that was where I worked, checking traffic going on and off the island. Now, all the traffic, the cars, the road, that was all real life, but the buildings and the hangars and even my security building, that was X-Plane things and obviously not real, even though they were real and I worked in one of them. Yeah. Then at the other end of the bridge, if you went from this island to the coast, there's a main multi-lane coast road with a big service area, massive car park, big building with lots of amenities, footbridge walkway to the same kind of thing on the other side of the road. Yeah, this kind of thing, I'm sure you know what I mean. So apparently I lived in a really big and quite luxurious camper van that was parked in the car park of this service area. Now, I've finished work, gone back to my camper van, then went over to the service area where there are bars, restaurants, fast food and all that kind of stuff. But thinking about what I wanted for my dinner, none of it was really appealing. So this combination of real life and X-Plane, I opened it up in WED, the World Editor, and added a new restaurant in the car park. And suddenly a new restaurant appeared in front of me in my dream life, and I went in there for my dinner. I woke up not long after that and nothing else really interesting happened, but yeah, it's quite weird and quite good fun to be alive in some kind of bizarre X-Plane real life hybrid, especially where I could just change things in WED if I wanted to. It'd be quite nice actually if you could do that, wouldn't it? So I'm thinking, you know, if you decide you need some shopping and you'll have to go to the supermarket, well, no, just make a supermarket outside your front door using WED, buy everything you need and then just delete the supermarket again and make it go away. Or actually you could do that the other way round as well, couldn't you? Highlight your own house in WED and then drag that down and reposition it outside of the pub. Stagger out of the pub again a few hours later and simply drag your house back to its original location. Yeah, that would be kind of cool and open up a whole world of possibilities. Although, just thinking out loud, actually no, it wouldn't, would it? This is a paradox which wouldn't ever happen. If you could go into a house and then use WED to drag it to the pub or anywhere else on the entire planet, that totally does away with the need for transport and for anybody to own a car But more importantly, we don't need aeroplanes anymore either. If you can instantly spawn in a new country. So no aeroplanes means Austin wouldn't have made X-Plane. The world editor would therefore never have been invented. So there wouldn't be a world editor to drag yourself around to new places. So you would need to invent cars and planes again when you can't now drag your house off to a different location. Yeah, damn it, the WED paradox has struck and killed that alternate reality. A bit like the time travelling to kill your grandfather paradox. Yeah, doing the thing creates a reality where you can't actually do the thing. Never mind, yeah, nice idea while it lasted. Right, where's Pikes Point? Not too far away actually. Yeah, with all the containers, it's not a very wide runway to hit, but it's long enough so we don't have to worry about stopping in time. Well, it's not massive. You're not going to land a fighter plane there with the speed that they have, but a little GA aircraft like this will be totally fine. Going to have a slight crosswind, but only a few knots, so that shouldn't be anything to worry about either. Big white patch with a few missing industrial buildings here on the left, which is noticeable enough to be slightly annoying for me, and I think I may have a little tweak of this one and put some of those buildings in. That will make it look a bit better if we ever come here again, so probably worth the effort of doing. Yeah, then you'll see up ahead on the coast there's a large car park, and that was the old grass area of the Pikes Point airfield when it did exist, as that was where the runway used to be. This fantasy one is, you know, quite good fun, but that could be a mission for the future, and see if the old Pikes Point might be able to return in X-Plane 12. Yeah, we'll see, but if I do, then I may keep this container runway as well, as it is kind of fun to use. Okay, looking good so far. Yeah, seem nice enough. On the brakes and all doing okay. Yeah, let's have another look at that one. Yeah, I don't think it was a full-on 10 out of 10 landing or anything like that, but seemed nice enough. Yeah, not going to complain about that one. Oh, flaps up and yeah, find the turn off, which is just down here somewhere between yet more containers. Yeah, that's the helicopter place, which does exist here now, the white building ahead of us. Yeah, cross over the road into what I think is their car parking area, although I removed all the cars so it could be the apron for this fantasy NZPK. So that's where we will park. Right then, back to updating Amaru, and a number of other things I want to do and have a look at, but I will now add a possible reinstatement of historical Pikes Point to that list. Might not be possible, but I will have a look and see at least. So, okay then, yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye.